Let's talk about Abu Hurairah radiallahu anhu. Abu Hurairah, as you know, that one of the very famous companion. He was the highest narrator of ahadith, more than 5,000 ahadith. So he was actually he came to Medina during this time, the same time as Battle of Khaybar, around that time. And when he actually came to Medina, Rasulullah he went to Khaybar. So what happened? There are some miracles related to Abu Hurairah. I think about 3 or 4. A lot of miracles with Abu Hurairah radiallahu anhu. So what happened? Just a little bit of history. Abu Hurairah, he actually he was very young when he accepted Islam. He was in fact a teenager when Rasulullah was in Makkah. He accepted Islam. When he came with his tribe leader Abu Tufail, he accepted during that time. And actually, his name was Abdul Shams, the slave of a sun. But Rasulullah, he changed his name obviously because he can be slave of Allah, not a slave of a son. So he changed his name to Abdul Rahman. So when he changed the name, he accepted it and he went back to his place, where he used to live. It was in Yemen actually, very close to that area. And he was from Banu Daws tribe. So he lived there for a long time. And when Muslims migrated to Medina and time went by and the 7th Hijri year came, he was still a Muslim, but he wasn't in Medina. Now 7th Hijri year comes and he comes to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and he wanted to dedicate his life for learning Islam. But what happened? He approached Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam and he told him that, Ya Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, I learn a lot of things from you. I hear many ahadith from you, but I forget them. My memory, I have a problem with my memory. So Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he said that, he told him, spread your garment. Take it out. He spread his garment, and what he did, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he moved his hands as if like filling something in that garment, right? So he emptied that thing, whatever he was filling in that garment, and Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam told him that take this and wrap the sheet over your body, wrap it. So when Abu Hurairah radiallahu anhu, he wrapped it, he said, I did that, and after that I never forgot anything. This is recorded in Sahih al-Bukhari. And there's another similar incident that happened at the same time with Abu Hurairah radiallahu anhu. So he was actually sitting in the masjid one time, and there was another person, Sahabi, Zayd ibn Thabit, very famous one, and his friend was also sitting. So these 3 people were sitting now, and Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam approached them, and he told them that continue making your dhikr. But he told them, make dua, just make dua, any dua. So first Zayd ibn Thabit radiallahu anhu, he made dua, and then his friend, Zayd's friend, he made dua, and they completed their dua. He said Ameen. Abu Hurairah radiallahu anhu, he was very smart. When it was his turn to make dua, he said, O Lord, I ask you for what my 2 companions have asked, and I ask you for the knowledge which will never be forgotten. Once he said that, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said that, Ameen. He said Ameen. And when Zayd heard that, he said, O Allah, and we also ask for knowledge which will not be forgotten. So Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said that, that Dawsi youth, he has asked this before you, he took it. That was for him. So anyways, that dua got accepted, and Abu Hurairah radiallahu anhu, from that time onwards, he had an unfailing memory. I mean, it's some people, we say they have very good memory, but he was like altogether in a different level. Amazing. Dot for dot remembering that was him. And there's one story that is mentioned usually is that during his time, by the way, he was around 26 years at this time when this happened, very young person. And when he was like about, I would say, 70 years or so, what happened, it was the time of Umayyad Caliphate, right? And the Khalifa was Marwan ibn al-Hakam. So he wanted to test Abu Huraira. And he narrates so many hadith. Let me see if he's like making it up or just let me test it. So the Khalifa called Abu Huraira radiallahu anhu and he told him to sit down in his place. And he told one person who was behind the curtain, and Abu Huraira radiallahu anhu didn't know that there was one person sitting. So the Khalifa told him that, why don't you recite some hadith, I want to listen. And he told the scribe that whatever he is reciting, just write it down. Just write it down. So he mentioned a lot of ahadith and he wrote it down, and he said 1 year later he was called back again. And he recited everything from memory first time, and second time Marwan ibn al-Hakam, he said that I want you to recite the same ahadith that you did the last year. So he recited it again, and he told the same person who wrote it last time to verify what he was reading, and it said that not a single word moved from its place. Each and every single word exactly fit there, what he said. I mean, people memorize Quran like that, right? They take years and years to memorize perfectly Quran. But now you're talking about not only Quran, the hadith. He had so much sharp memory that each and every word he didn't miss it. So, and that's why he not only had good memory, but he collected a lot of ahadith. So he stayed with Rasulullah ﷺ for about 4 years. About 4 years with him, and in that time, he just dedicated himself. People were trying to get financially good in those times. They started their business, they got a lot of money from Khaybar, so they were getting well off, so they started business and the economy was prospering. Everybody was busy with the money, while Abu Huraira radiallahu anhu, he was studying and he collected so many hadith and so much knowledge that was amazing. He sacrificed it, even though he could have done business too, but he sacrificed it. And sometimes he would be so hungry, but still he would have no money at all. He was an orphan actually. He didn't have a father since beginning.